Hey guys, Aries here. Okay, so I don't have a ton of direction with the video right now, but I think what I'm going to do is just kind of theme it around preseason or new season sort of stuff. I'm not sure if I made a video like this last year for Season 5, but I'm doing it for Season 6. So, first thing to remember on a new season is don't just jump right into ranked. Now, this is fine if you're diamond, but most of the time, basically everyone, say this is the range of, that's the range of skill in the ladder. When the season's reset, everyone gets shift to about, like there, because that's Silver 5. So all the people below Silver 5, they're shifted up a bit. Everyone above Silver 5's shifted down a bit. So now your skill window is here, but you're still having people, your MMR is here. This is how the game decides who you're played with, while the skill distribution might still be like this, if not more. So the big difference here is you're going to be playing with and against more skilled and less skilled opponents. So and obviously it's only 10 games, it's only maybe 100 games right away. Everyone who's playing their placements are played with people on their placements or around that. So everyone, it should be fair and all that stuff. But if you're not comfortable potentially playing against very skilled players, playing with very not skilled players, more so than usual, and you don't feel like putting the carry pants on, you're going to want to give it some time before jumping in. Because all of your really high-end players, they're all going to do their placements as soon as they can because they play for ranked. So, if you just do it a little more casually, you're going to be playing against people who are like absolutely tryharding. And if you're in silver, you might be playing with a bunch of golds. If you're in golds, you might be playing with plats or diamonds, depending on where in gold you were. Because I've been gold for the last few seasons, and whenever I play, it's always against mid to high plats. So whatever. But you might be playing against diamonds, that sort of thing. And if you're not comfortable putting your team on your back and going where you kind of need a more even playing field to win games, you're not going to win very many placement games. And then because you're also not used to hard carrying, you might be stuck in silver for a very long time if you're trying to get to gold, or if you have been in gold, or silver and bronze sort of thing. And you're going to need a big distribution of games to carry or to climb. So step one is if you're not in diamond, don't play ranked. You could say don't play ranked in general, but then again, whoever's in diamond will fall and the distribution will mean something else. But I mean, if you're really serious about climbing and making sure the season starts really strong, don't just jump right into ranked as soon as it resets. So if you know that you're maining a champion, that's fine. If you're like a one-trick pony, go for it, because nothing's going to change anyways. But if you play a lot of different champions one or two times, what I recommend for everyone who falls into this category where you play like, oh, I'm a top laner. Who do I feel like playing right now? Oh, I feel like playing Lulu. Okay, next game I'll play Malphite. Maybe next game I'll play Shen. Oh, haven't played Lulu in a while. Maybe I'll play Lulu again, and then maybe I'll play some Mordekaiser or some Quinn top because I just feel like it. And then every so often I'll throw in a Vayne top game, or maybe like an Alistar top game for whatever, break the meta sort of stuff. And then maybe I'll do some Gangplank and Fiora, and you're just playing all of these different champions, and you're not learning anything. You might be learning something, but you're not learning efficiently. So if you fall into that category, even if you're not that chaotic, I guess, where you only play a champion once or twice, but maybe you go on like spurts where you play Olaf for like 10 games, and then you play a different champion for 10 games, and then you play a different champion for like 5 games, and another champion for a few games. Don't play ranked. Even now in the preseason, don't play ranked. Play normals. Play as many normals as you can. Play one champion and get 100 games with that champion. And if we come here and we see me, 95 out of 100. Now I haven't played in about a month, but those 95 out of 100 games were done in about 2 weeks to a month, and they were consecutive Heimerdinger games in either blind pick, draft pick, team builder, summoner's rift. Do that. Not necessarily for Heimerdinger. I picked Heimerdinger because I like cancer picks. Heimerdinger, Malzahar, Karma, Teemo, Katarina, just Master Yi. The champions that for whatever reason people just see them and they just they hate them. And I love those champions because it's really trolly, and they often are a little overtuned, so they're really strong. But find a champion that you enjoy playing that typically isn't getting banned a lot, so that you can play them a lot. And you can do this in ranked. I just don't recommend doing it in ranked if you're picking up a brand new champion, because you'll drop a lot of games while you're figuring them out. So play 100 of one champion consecutively in Summoner's Rift. Like ARAMs don't count, customs don't count, Dominion doesn't count, 3s don't count. Has to be 5v5s. You have to be playing seriously. You actually have to be trying to improve. Not like super try hard, but you just always be thinking, what can I learn from this game? And play 100 games of a certain champion. Like right now, I'm almost done the Heimer games. I'm going to be doing the Vayne games right away. And then after Vayne, Karma and Lulu, I already have way more than 100 games with them. Sona's like way up there as well. But it's Heimerdinger, Malzahar, Karma, Sona, and Lulu, and those are like my top play champions. Udyr, I'm about 70 games-ish, and like these are champions that I can go into ranked. And Udyr, I can be down 8,000 gold on my team, and I can still be relevant in the mid-game, and then maybe win like 2 or 3 extra games if I wasn't playing Udyr in these games where I fall 8,000 gold behind. And that's what you're trying to do. You want to be comfortable on the champion to the point where you're able to say, okay, if I was on any other champion, I would lose an extra game every 10. But now I'm winning an extra game every 10, and that increases your win rate by 10%. Even if you're only winning 1 out of 20 extra games on this main champion that you've been playing, instead of otherwise playing someone else. That's still 5. And boosting your win rate by 5%, that's 2 tiers. That's like 2 tiers of ladder. Because 5%, that's a 45% win rate to a 50% win rate. A 50% win rate to a 55% win rate. And they might seem like small increments, but if you can win an extra, or if you can increase your skill or your carry ability so that you win 1 out of 20 games that you would have lost, you're going to climb really fast. And it might not seem like that, but one game, instead of losing 20 points, you're gaining 20 points. That's a 40-point spread. So now you're basically playing half the games, or, well, obviously 19/20ths or 18/20ths of the games. You're not playing as many games, and you're still climbing, because if you lose one game, if you would have won that game, it takes 2 games to replace that. Because you lose 20, then you have to win another game. So you're back to where you started, and then you have to win another game and you're up 20. Or you could have just won the first game and you're up 20 LP, or however much LP you win or lose. So now if it's that case, every time you lose, if you would have won that game, that's 3 games you don't have to play. Or 2 games you don't have to play, but it's 3 games in total. And how long is that? Well, 2 extra games can be anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half. So now you're saving an hour and a half of your time, and you're still going up in LP just because you can win an extra 1 out of 20 games, or 1 out of 10 games. And if you get really good, you'll go on better winning streaks, or you won't have as many losing streaks. So that's, the most important thing about laddering, about playing this game. It's the same sort of thing in StarCraft. Don't play random. If you're learning the game, play Terran or Protoss or Zerg. Pick a race and play it. Pick a champion and play them over and over and over again. Ryan Choi, he's a Rengar one-trick pony. He's a really good Rengar, or he was when he was, I haven't been following him, but he was really good, and he played him everywhere. Like, I play Heimerdinger everywhere. I play Karma everywhere. Like, learn Vayne, play her everywhere. Learn Graves, play him everywhere. Like, and that's sort of thing. So pick one champion, play 100 unranked games if you're all right with not playing ranked. But I play unranked. Don't do ranked if you haven't done this before, because you'll lose a lot of games. And if you haven't done this before and you haven't like boot camped a champion, you just haven't gone through this growth period where you learn a lot of things by doing this. It shouldn't even be said how much you learn by grinding out 100 games on the same champion consecutively, but just do it. Do that, and then come back and see like, wow, I'm actually way better than I was before. And if you were Silver 5 before, I guarantee that after you do these 100 games, you go and play however many ranked games after, as that champion, you'll be Gold 5 in no time. If you're Gold 5, you'll be Platinum 5 in no time. If you're Plat, you'll be Diamond in no time. If you're Diamond, do this for another champion, because you've already done this. Like, you already know the game if you're Diamond. You've already done all of this before. And I guess the important thing here is maybe you play against 10 or so common matchups with your champion, that's 10 times you get to see each matchup on average. If there's like only 3 top laners that are really popular right now, and you're playing your top lane pick, whoever it is, it can be anyone. It can be Soraka top, and there's only 3 people, like 3 main top laners that you're playing against. You're gonna see each of those top laners roughly 33 times. So when you take it into ranked, you know exactly how that matchup goes. And now you know it the other way around. How do all those matchups play into Soraka? Because you can interpolate from, or I guess, like, play the matchup from the person playing into you, sort of thing. And that's how you end up, once you get to Diamond, picking up other champions. And now you're diversifying your champion pool, but by learning one champion, you're indirectly learning all of the others that that champion will ever interact with. So that gets you your 1v1s, your 2v2s, your 1v2s, your 3v3s, your ganks. So like Soraka top, for instance, when is she strong? Is she ever strong? If she has one particular point when she's really strong in lane, and you know that because you've played a lot of Soraka top, now you know if you're playing jungler and you know that you're playing with a Soraka top who has a lot of Soraka games, you're going to know when you want to gank for that Soraka. So you know, this is the easiest, quickest way to actually learn the game, learn champions, diversify a champion pool, and climb the ladder. So just, again, I'm repeating myself a lot, but it's extremely important. Pick one champion, keep track of it, play 100 games as that champion in normals or ranked if you really want to, but I would recommend normals, Summoner's Rift in a row against people, and then once you've done those 100, do ranked. So it's about a month that you'll have to take without doing ranked, which is fine because it's the start of the season. You're not going to be playing against, you know, if you're silver, you're not going to be playing against platinums trying to carry. And, you know, in every way, even though you might really want to play ranked right away, it's going to be better if you take the time off, the month off or so, and just grind out 100 games as a certain champion. So that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're learning something, or a lot of things, by watching these videos. I know it took 12 minutes to just explain, play 100 games of the same champion, but it's important. So, yeah, and maybe after a few games you can comment back here, you know, what champion have you played? How did you build them? What kind of neat things did you learn? And let me know how that's going for all of you. So I hope you enjoyed this, and thanks for watching.